To Late Night Snacks. Good evening. My name
We will be your hosts on this most adventurous journey.
Oh,
is going to be a foggy one. Outside we have fires.
Anyway,
Take it away.
we are Late Night Snacks. If you didn't know that already. And I am going to go ahead right away and just say, if you guys like this content, if you like content like this, if you like a bunch of everything in between, outside, inside, all up and down, sideways, subscribe, hit the little notification bell so that you're notified every single time that we upload, and make sure that you guys go ahead and give this stream a big thumbs up so we know that you guys are loving all this RuPaul coverage that we are throwing at you, all the tea we are spilling, girl.
Yep.
Or give us a thumbs down. At least we know you care.
Right up here in the to your left, yes, to your left or your right, the beautiful DeWanda.
Hey, everybody.
You pick
Up
one.
here on that other side is that guy.
Where?
Who,
In here.
where? And then I am your wonderful, amazing host, Irish Melly.
See how that was done? That was like some magic shit right there.
Ta-da!
Work.
Angelica.
No, wrong show. No, Peggy's not here. It's the wrong show.
He's not here. It's the wrong show. Okay. All right. We digress.
All right, guys. So, yeah, we are here to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race Vegas Revue Live.
Yes.
Yes.
Episode 4.
Yes.
Episode 4.
Two more to go after this.
Yeah, we have 2 more episodes after this week's episode. So we've got 2 more weeks left of RuPaul for Vegas, you guys.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting just to see how they kind of wrap things up with only having a few episodes. So we'll look forward to that. So yeah, let's just kind of jump right in. We know this episode was titled "Love Is in the Air."
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
Say, wait,
Love
I
Is in the Air.
remember the title correctly.
That was the title.
That was the title, but there was no love in the air. It was just the opposite.
Anyway, we'll get there. So just for you guys, for anybody who watched the show or hasn't watched the show, spoiler alert right now. We are going to talk about it. There's not much to really spoil, but if you haven't seen it, just know that there's no way we could talk about this one without spoiling it because it's not really a competition.
Yeah.
So we start this episode with excitement because Cameron's boyfriend is coming into town. He was talking about that last episode. We knew that would be happening this episode.
Yeah.
So they show a little bit of him picking him up at the airport, or getting excited beforehand, then picking him up, and we'll jump to that in a second. But we also covered in this episode Asia and the drama that we had from last week with the slumber party, where he didn't like what was said about her, and she stormed out.
She just won't quit.
So that carried over.
That is Asia, yes.
Well, unfortunately, I was just going to say that ended up being the theme of this episode, was the drama lifestyle of Asia.
The drama that is Asia. Hello.
Rather than being about Cameron and his boyfriend, because the title was Love Is in the Air. Yeah. So unless that's a little bit of shade that we are throwing Asia's way because of what we'll talk about happens.
Yeah, the cast is even like, get over it. Enough.
Well, you know, and as we can tell our audience, we usually all watch the show together here, this little troop of ours. And, we're watching it and I'm just like, oh, hell no. Oh, fuck no. Oh, no. And I'm like, this is going to happen. This is what's happening, y'all. This is what's going to happen. And I'm like, drama. Yes. We watch this show that's not even a competition show as if we were watching a sporting event.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we called every play.
Every play got called.
Right. It's how you watch a horror movie and you have that one friend who's like, you dumbass, don't go up them stairs. No, I told you, go out the front door. Don't answer the phone.
The house said, get out.
Yeah.
That is me. I'm not going to lie. That's me, that friend, when we go watch a horror movie. So I'm real. But Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, Mike, do you want to kind of jump in from there where we
were talking about Cameron
with the follow-up or the carryover from last week?
Oh, Asia.
Asia.
Okay, so they had the slumber party with the dancers, and they were playing Truth or Dare, and that kind of mess. And then at the end of that, or sometime during the night, Derek, in Derek's way, decides to stir the shit, and he just calls right out in the middle of the party, just calls Asia out. He says, "Is it true that you said Naomi was the Lincoln?"
Well, they were playing Truth or Dare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, that's right. And that was her truth, because she wouldn't dare. She was too good for Truth or Dare.
But I'm sorry, you can't completely blame Derek for that, because they were playing Truth or Dare. They are drag queens. They are gay. So you also know that there's going to be some shade thrown. Like, that's the name of the game. They've all been on Drag Race. They know what's happening here.
Yeah, and Derek was like, he wasn't telling anything in confidence. He wasn't like trying to break, any rules. Naomi told him. Everybody was there when Asia said that to Naomi. There was a group of people there.
Naomi wanted Derek to say it. If you watch Naomi's face, because then she didn't have to be the one to say it.
Yeah.
So Asia got all butt cheeked out of her, right? And she just lost her damn mind. She storms out of the party. I can't do this. I didn't say that. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bitch, go watch the tape.
Oh, dude, she was right on the ragged edge of tears too. She tried to pull on the fireworks or the waterworks and everything.
Yeah.
Where she was, now everyone remember, not last episode, but the previous episode. So we're on 4 now. So 3-2. Episode 2, Asia was the one dishing it out. But now that someone else is, Asia can't take it.
Yeah, it was stupid. So she's
and it wasn't even dishing anything. It was simply calling her out on what she said.
So the next day they go into rehearsal, and Asia's done moved her shit out of the dressing room. She's not even gonna sit with Naomi. Just like a high school kid. I'm not talking to you no more.
I'm not sitting with you at the lunch table anymore.
Yeah, and so this is when the cast starts going, wait a minute, she's handling this way, and people were like, well, okay. And Derek was like, no, we're not going to do this. And Cameron was like, we're professionals. We're adult. This is silly. This is stupid. They just need to talk it out. And
Cameron and Asia are the closest. They were in the same season together. They've known each other the longest. They've talked even, without being in the show. Yep. So, they're really good friends. They're almost best friends. Or
so Derek comes down.
They are best friends.
Derek goes down to where Asia's getting ready. And he's like, look, he starts to tell her whatever shit. She completely ignores him, just like a spoiled kid. Just completely ignores him. So Derek comes over. He says, "I'm not doing this." She says, "She can act however the hell she want to act. I'm done." And so that's the attitude that people started adopting with her. They were done. So anyway, long story short, too late. But long story short, she by the end of the next day, she's in the dressing room. She and she decides, after being told by the producers or whatever, you need to bring your shit back to the dressing room. We need to unite this family. This is silly. So she does. Everybody's like welcoming her back, and she Naomi has moved to the other side.
Wasn't that the assistant, the manager to the assistant, or something like that?
Somebody like in that role.
Or the assistant of the management company. Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the talent company. So she goes back into the dressing room, moving her shit back in the dressing room, and she sees that Naomi has moved her stuff from her station over to the far end to be with Cameron's station. And here goes the little girl antics again. Well, she can't do that to me. And they're showing me they don't want me back, and she's crying, she's throwing fit.
Well, no. Wait, okay. I know what you got me lost for a second there. I thought you were talking like previous or something I missed.
No. That's it.
Okay. So you missed a couple details. So Naomi went. Or not Naomi, I'm sorry. Asia went and she moved out, like you said. And she said, I'm just going to be by myself. And she blamed it all on the fact that she said they didn't want her there. And they told her she wasn't welcome there and all this. And no one ever said any of that. Unless there was something said that they didn't show on film that we saw. But I doubt it. You know what I mean? And then so where Asia decided to set up was like right off the side of the stage.
Yeah, it was weird.
Basically, stage curtains in a square around her for her own little room. So then the basically like the head honcho, isn't he the director or the owner of the
something or other, yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know. He's basically the head honcho, because even Naomi made the comment like, now we're being called to the principal's office for this, drama behavior of hers.
And they give her her own room, right?
Called everyone to the stage so that they could. I thought they were going to say, listen, this needs to stop. you need to not do this, because their big issue was that it was a safety issue. It was a safety issue.
Yeah.
It was a fire hazard.
And what do? They basically reward
Oh
her.
my God, yes. And that's what you forgot they basically, so they didn't say what we thought they were going to say, and basically say, suck it up. You guys are grown ass adults, figure this out. No, they said, okay, safety hazard. Asia, you're going to have your own room. We were able to find another room upstairs. You'll have your own room. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah, that happens. You see that with kids all the time.
She throws a tantrum like she's the star of the show and she gets her own room. She's only the MC. She's not the star.
She claimed that she had more to do and her role was more important, and nobody understands how much she's carrying this whole show on her shoulders. Oh, get over it. You're the MC.
That's a bunch of bull.
Right. Exactly. It was very much like you said, high school drama antics. Yes. And that's exactly how she behaved. She behaved as if this was a fight with the mean girls in high school.
And it ended unresolved. We still got to go into this.
And everybody else is still kind of confused. Like, why is this still going on? Why is she so mad? Why did she move out? And then back to what you were saying. So the assistant to the management company, which is basically like the assistant to all of these guys.
Yeah.
He's the one who basically came to talk to Asia, said, hey, it's a safety issue. Hey, Randy wants to talk to you. Oh, hey, good to see you, hon.
Yeah, good to see you.
But then, like I was saying, they gave her her own room and everything. And I don't know, they didn't address the behavior.
They rewarded her for bad behavior, which really
sucks. They did, because they didn't say
they rewarded her.
They let it go. Okay, here's your room.
Separated them.
Right. And it was like, that's when, and when we were watching it, we all kind of came to the conclusion too, that if the head honcho of the establishment has to come down and give you your own room because it's causing problems, it's probably because they either had a show that night or the following night. And they didn't want to do things that would cause problems because they need her for the show.
Yeah, I don't look at it as a reward because Asia.
Oh, and that's what it was that guy,
what?
The assistant, whoever guy, he came and told Asia, oh, just so you know, I went in there and to tell them about the safety issue and whatnot. And Naomi's moved all her stuff to the other side of the room. It's like he didn't have to. Asia didn't see it. He didn't have to point that out, and that's what broke Asia down. Asia started bawling at that point.
But I don't see it as a reward.
Very fake, false tears. Okay?
I see it more as a punishment because she didn't want to be alone. She wanted to be part of the crowd. She wanted to be like, every victim. Oh, we're so sorry. We love you. Blah 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 blah. Instead, she's isolating herself and to like, look at me. I'm over here. I'm isolating. And instead, they're like, go ahead and go isolate.
Exactly. She doesn't like that. She's not. It's like a child not getting the attention they want, whether it's negative or positive. When you ignore them, they get no attention at all, and that upsets them more than anything.
So I don't look at it as they rewarded her. I think they got her out of the way.
So and then the next thing we're dealing with is everything that happened with Cameron.
We're so glad you love the group Afro. Yeah. We've been a little slow, little lackluster in there lately because we've been trying to come up with a really good schedule of things for you guys. So we're going to have a lot more in there for you soon. So watch for that.
Watch the announcement video.
Yes, watch our video from Thursday of this week, which would have been, what was that? That was the 11th, wasn't it? No, the 11th was Friday. So the 10th. September 10th, watch our LNS announcements, what do we call it? Delectable menu?
Yeah, delectable menu.
Listen to our shit. That's what we call it.
It's our announcement. It says on there it's an announcement stream. Go ahead and check it out because there's so much coming. We expected to do like a 10-minute top stream, ended up with like a 20-minute stream. So there's a lot for you guys. Well, you're awesome too. We keep coming back because of you and people like you. So thank you. We appreciate that more than you know.
Yay.
Angelica, work. Okay. So,
All right.
enough of Asia. Enough.
So now
She's not back next week. I don't care.
So anyway, basically that's what it is. I mean, there's a few things, but it basically ends with that throughout. I know we're skipping around, but I just want to get through the Asia drama. So that's basically what it is. She gets her own room. Oh, and then her boyfriend calls, and of course she tells him, no, everything's fine. Everything's okay. Isn't he coming soon?
Yeah, next week.
Next
week.
So he's coming soon. Her boyfriend, Brett, is coming soon. And of course, Asia's like, no, everything's fine. Just the usual,
She's
drama between the
up.
community, the drag community, but nothing. And she says, I don't like to worry him and bother him because I am under the impression that this guy's probably going to go, girl, suck it up. What are you talking about? Why are you starting drama again?
I think he enables her. I think he's going to be enabling her. And I think she's going to throw this big old.
Then why wouldn't she have told him right then and there? She would have gotten the attention she wanted.
Yeah, she's gonna make him question. Keep questioning. More attention.
Yeah.
True.
But now we need to talk about the other.
We'll find out in a week or two.
So now we need to talk about the other topic that we had in this episode.
No. Don't glaze over Evie. Let's talk about Evie before we get into the other thing.
Oh, yeah. Hype.
Evie's music.
Hype. The song's called Hype.
The song is called Hype.
On iTunes right now.
Yeah, you guys, it's on iTunes. You can check it out right now. Go, and it's under Evie Oddly, right? Isn't that what we found out?
Yep.
Spelled the same way, right?
Huh?
Spelled the same way?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nothing different. Yeah, so it's our Evie Oddly from Drag Race. It has started a rap career, which amazing. I'm so freaking happy for Evie.
Yeah, the new song and video is good.
The first song is Hype, and they actually in this episode. And there's a lot of others.
This is the new one.
She hires a crew to come in and help her in the casino film her video for this song. Yeah. And it just looks amazing. I didn't get to see it yet, but I know, Mike, you said you checked it out.
Yeah, it's good.
You said it was really good, right? Because we only got to see a couple of poses real quick. They didn't really hardly talk about that at all. They just
Vanjie was on the track as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing? Stop.
So that was awesome. That was really cool because it sounded amazing. It didn't sound like Evie, but when you listen to the lyrics, it's Evie.
The video is so Evie. It's really good.
Yeah, and from what we saw,
put the link in the description.
It is Evie all over. Well, and Evie said too, because they were showing the clips, that Hype is supposed to be like a montage type of thing of all the jobs she's had to get her to where she's at now.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
And I'll make sure I put it in the description.
Yeah. So it's not there right now, but we'll add it in afterwards. So you guys, when you come back, the link to the song and the video will be in the description. You guys got to check it out.
Yeah.
So there we go. We got our Evie on. And then.
And she's so excited about doing it too. It's so funny watching where she did the burlesque thing last week. And then now she's doing the music video.
You see it in her eyes. You see it. You see the passion in her eyes.
Oh, I love her. Oh, God, I love her.
The passion. You see it.
All right, DeWanda, tell us the bad news.
All right, so now we
talk about
Cameron.
Some bullshit.
Cameron's boyfriend came for a visit
from New York
to
Vegas.
Yes.
When didn't they say they haven't seen each other and actually physically seen each other now, like been in the same place for 6 months, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Like 6 months.
So you use that as an excuse. This punk ass.
Yeah, I have no respect for this guy at all.
Well, Cameron decides he wants to spend some time with his beau. He wants to take him out on the town. He wants to wine him and dine him. He misses him. Cameron is very much a romantic.
Yeah.
Cameron wants a relationship, wants happiness, but he doesn't, like he was saying previously, he doesn't want to scare him off because that tends to scare off a lot of people in this community, in these relationships. Commitment,
They talk about when they first met.
Anyway, so he takes him out and he says, let's go to the top of the Eiffel Tower. If we can't go to the real one, let's go, we're in Vegas, let's go to the top of the Eiffel Tower. So they go.
I thought the show really exploited Cameron in this episode. I thought it was really fucked up the way they handled it. Because they made Cameron relive all these memories, all leading up to this, and he had no idea that this dude was going to pop this on him. Obviously, the producer.
Wait, DeWanda.
notice it in the beginning because
so what happens? He takes him to the before that when he picks him up from the airport.
You start to notice it in the very beginning because they're not sitting close together. He doesn't want to touch him. He doesn't want to interact with him. He's not being intimate with him in any way, shape, or form. So you kind of know that
until that kiss, it was forced. It was weird.
Yeah, and I told you guys right then and there. I said, I bet you he's about to break up with him, or he's going to tell me cheated on him. But it looked like he's going to break up with him because he wouldn't touch him. Yeah. Was like, pulling away, like you said, like he emotionless, like his
literally had to beg him for a kiss.
Yeah. And if you haven't been able to kiss your partner who you say you're in love with or falling in love with or have love for, regardless, you have some type of commitment to in 6 months, and you just like you act like, because then he did kiss him kind of passionately, but it seemed
weird though. It was weird.
No, that wasn't real. That was fake.
That kiss was weird.
So forced, like okay,
okay,
whatever. Yeah, like he tried to eat his face real quick just to do it quick and get it over with.
And Cameron even felt something. He was like,
yeah, he noticed it.
It was such an exploitation on Cameron's part. It's so sad.
So we see all that, and then I'm sorry. Then they go out on the town.
They go out on the town to go up on top of the Eiffel Tower, and that's where he gets broken up with.
And his excuse was
distance.
The distance.
Yeah. He didn't want to be in a relationship without the person being in the same place.
I guarantee you he met someone.
Oh yeah.
He met somebody. Oh, he absolutely.
The way he said it, and okay, so now let me say this. Like I'm going to tell our audience, like I told you guys, I'm torn in a way because I respect the guy because he even told him. Cameron said, "Well, why couldn't you just tell me this, over the phone or whatever? Why come all the way out here to Vegas to see me to do this?" And he told him, he said, "Would you rather I have done it over the phone?" He said, "I wanted to do this in person." I respect him for that. And he did do it very shortly after he was picked up and brought there from the airport. So it wasn't like he wined and dined him for a day or two.
But
it wasn't like he made mad love and then he told him.
What he had to do to be on the show. He had to go through all the production. He had to go through all the interviews. He had to go through all the background clearance. He knew.
Production knew.
They had to. He had to get clearance. To be on the show, they had to go through his whole storyline to say what the fuck he was going to say in front of the cameras and get clearance. And if he was going to talk about other people, they had to get
the first time, and they want Cameron's reaction that first time.
Exactly. And so that started asking Cameron all those questions that this guy had already told him what he's going to do. It was, God, it's so gross.
Yeah, and you know what? I bet you now that I think about it, if we go back and look at like the last, well, no. I was gonna say, if we go back and look at like the last episode and Cameron's reactions, well, yeah, if you watch the episode, Cameron's reactions when he talks about his boyfriend coming and things like that. And if you think about like the way that maybe staff or anybody is like, you can tell when they're prompted questions, when they just start talking about certain stuff. But any of that, that overdubbed, like, where they're like reacting to their stuff, that's all done post anyway after the show. So
yeah, so Cameron's much calmer, whatever he's doing that.
Yeah,
but
really sold him out for this episode.
Yeah, all the initial stuff he didn't know. He did not know this was going to happen, and the producers knew. Cameron's handlers knew. His boyfriend knew that he's coming all the way to Vegas to tell him this. Yes, I respect him for coming to Vegas to say that, especially in this big, huge show that's so important to Cameron's life that he didn't want to just drop it on the phone or you're done. I would have respected more if he kept his mouth shut and didn't say anything until Cameron was done. Or after the show had up for a while.
Right.
Because they're distant anyway.
I agree. I agree. And that's why I said I'm kind of torn with it because at the same time, it's like he could have done it so differently. He could have done a lot of different things.
The show could have handled it so differently. I was mad at the show.
Yeah.
This is reality TV for you. They want the drama.
Well, and it feels like you were pointing out, Mike, if it really felt like he did it because even if he told production ahead of time, because they would have had to talk to him just knowing, hey, Cameron says you're coming out, we have to get information from you, blah, blah, blah.
And he would have storylines, they get questions, so the whole work.
Right. And he would have told them then what he was planning on doing. They would have gotten it out of him. But then it's the fact that so they knew, and I don't know, it just,
yeah.
The whole thing.
They knew everything because they knew to set up the shots.
Real sleazy.
Yes, it's
I mean, the shots that we all picked up on right away from in that dressing room, it was all set up for us to pick up on because they knew it was going to happen.
Well, and you can tell by the camera angles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, we know there's always more than one camera there. That's how they get different angles. But you could tell by the angles they were concentrating on and the way they edited it.
Yeah, my friend Rick was on a reality show, and he talked to me a lot about how it goes on, and that what they do is they get your entire storyline, as it's going on before it even happens, before they film it. So they got to know what they're looking for, what you're saying, and where you're going and what you're doing to all flow into that storyline. So they knew his whole storyline.
That Nuka snoring.
Nuka?
Yes.
His dog is snoring. You guys didn't hear it?
Sorry.
That's so funny.
Sorry, the co-host. He's snoring in the background.
Yeah. Too cute.
Oh my goodness. But basically that is the episode, guys.
I mean, yeah, in a nutshell, that's pretty much where we ended with. I mean,
Duke.
I was not happy with it, but
yeah, it made me sad.
It was
sad. It just
the more I think about it, the more it makes me mad. These reality shows doing this to people. And Cameron's a good person.
He is. He deserves so much better.
Cameron's like, other than Evie, it's Cameron or Evie are the two that you genuinely would be rooting for.
Yeah. One thing they did
in terms of like their what they give, they get what they put out. You know what I mean? Like,
I have a great deal of respect for Derek right now too. Because
what was one thing that they did not get on camera in this whole Cameron thing? They never showed Cameron once that night. So he didn't. So Cameron was.
But we did just real quick. We did get the little meet up with them when we saw Naomi's new apartment. And Cameron snapped off on everybody, and then, well, not everybody. He snapped off on Derek about causing all the Asia drama and everything else. But you could tell by what Derek was saying. Derek wasn't talking to them. He wasn't talking about them. It was about Andre.
Well, and Cameron recognized it himself. He knew why he was
right. And then he broke down and he apologized. And then he told them what it just, because he just came from being dumped, like straight to them.
Yeah, straight to
that. So he told them what had just happened and everything. And they all, sisterhood gathered around each other. And he talked about that. And he said, I'm so glad that, that's when you have best friends and good friends is when they're there for you. They can cry with you even in the bad times, but they can laugh with you in the good times.
And I do have respect for Derek in a way that I didn't have before.
I do too.
Now, because we're seeing him in a completely different light.
I'm liking Derek a lot.
Yeah.
Derek's not put no bullshit. He tells us exactly how it is.
Well, yeah, and like I said, just saw Derek in All Stars 5, and I was just not feeling Derek. I was not feeling it, and I was like, It just seemed like Derek was kind of causing drama. I didn't like India either, but I just wasn't feeling Derek. And, I didn't miss Derek when Derek left. But then when I heard about Vegas, I was like, oh, Derek, like, it's only because he's a Britney impersonator. Yeah. But they barely showed any of their actual performances. We see a little bit towards the end of each episode.
They want you to go see it.
But it's all, that's because they want us, to pay to go see it. But it's all the behind the scenes stuff. And it's the relationships between these people, when they have to stick together to create this show. So
the album is out, by the way. You can get the album of that show. Of all the songs they do, just get a sense of what the show's about. Yeah, Derek's funny though, because Derek will drop these bombs in the middle of the room. He'll be like, he'll say, he'll just call out the truth, and he doesn't do like, man, let's just see. He kind of does it stupidly. He's like, what? Isn't that what we're talking about? It's so funny.
Derek's that friend who's very frank all the time, doesn't have a filter, doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
Yep,
it's not like now. He's everybody wrong.
We have Vegas, RuPaul's Drag Race Vegas review live, episode 4. Love is in the air, but it wasn't. But it was. But it was at the end with the sisterhood. So kind of. But anyway, we love you. We love you for being here. Like, subscribe, comment down below. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Take it down.